Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So what do we see? We see a series of lower highs in a bull trend. So it could be an indication of a top. We also have this weekly high here, which is, we just come to the weekly. It is the sort of mini double bottom setup here, or cup and handle setup, but we are battling to get above it. And you can see this week, nothing has happened this week, no real direction at the moment, and I suspect it's a fairly strong area. You can see we've rejected it twice, so I suspect we are either going to push through tomorrow, or we are going to sit with a bit of a triangle forming and a move to down. So just pay attention to that weekly bar, because it's going to be it's going to indicate what's happening. If we look at what's happening on the 8-hour, double top forming, but it needs to drop below this level here at 40, let's call it 4100. It's 4095, but it's 4100 that is the level. And the other setup that is brewing at the moment is that, which is similar to what's happening on some of the forex pairs right now, but that is the triangle. It's also a similar pattern on the Dow, but this is just indicating that we are extremely confused at the moment. So dropping down through the time frames actually doesn't give us much confidence for anything that's going on. And you know, this pin bar here, often a hanging man, it's a hanging man setup that you see there. Often that is something that plays out, but you need to drop below the tail of it before that comes into play. So at the moment we're still in an upward trend, oscillators all over the place, not offering anything, and we are on or just above some structure here. And the important thing is the hour, because we closed below the structure after sort of in this trading session yesterday, and now we're sort of just drifting higher. So I would expect us to pull back down probably into this 155 EMA area here today still. So there's nothing really exciting that's going on. I'm just trying to find some structure for us that's going to make sense. It's probably something like that. That would break the trend line though. So I would just stick to this trend line. Good opportunity for a short scalp for me at the moment, and I'll show you why on the 15 minutes. In actual fact, let's just look at yesterday's failed attempt at a trade. So here was the flag. There was the flag. There was the break above the flag. Took a trade up here at 41.48 area, somewhere up here, and stop was below the bottom of the flag. Got stopped out of that pretty quickly. Basically reversed and came down. But look at the tails here. Yeah, so it was a worthy trade. I mean, sorry, bottom of the flag. It was worth the trade. I mean, a fairly decent trade above the 155. Oscillators grouped the downside, everything in my favor, but obviously it just turned around and drifted lower. So not the end of the world, very small loss. So that's the way that the game goes, but at least it's not a big loss. But at the moment, I think you'd be wise to be looking for a short scalp, and that short scalp is going to be back down to this trend line here at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. You can have a bigger trend line in as well. Just put that in there, because if we do get higher, it'll probably reject higher, but I don't think it's going to reject higher. The fact that we were below this level, we're probably coming back down below this level. You'll probably see a move down and then a decent rejection of it during the trading session, and then a move down. There is a gap down here as well. There's a trend line. So that's everything that I'd be looking for. And if you look at the oscillator at the moment, crossed over, pointing down, faster, a slower moving one is about to as well. So this is just a bit of a pullback in the downward trend, and we're going to look for another move down. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. We're going to drift early in the session, I think, and then when the US wakes up, we'll have to wait and see what transpires and see what everybody's thinking. But if you look at all the lines that I've drawn in here, that just indicates the chaos that we have in this setup at the moment. The real level to watch is this 4100. Break and retest of that sets up much bigger move to the downside. So that'll set up a what's that? 1,069 pips. Probably going to come on to some straight. There we go. So it's going to be sort of into this zone here. Still be in an uptrend on the 8 hour, but that would be a double top target. And if you look at the weekly, sorry, if you look at the daily, just get rid of the noise. Tweezer top, inside bar. I think we are due for a deeper pullback. We are in an uptrend, but you're due for a deeper pullback. So you'll be looking for something. One of these tails here is going to be the opportunity. And I think if we just treat this as a potential double top, and we're looking for a break to the downside, that takes us all the way down to come and test the 155 EMA. And if you look to the left, you can see some interaction with this area, and that's 39.95. So that's again, it's that 4,000 area, which is looking to be in play again. Anyway, I'm sit on hands at the moment, though. I don't think it's worth jumping in at the moment. If you are wanting to scalp this, try to do it on a 5-minute. I'd ignore what's going on at the moment. It's irrelevant right now. So even if it does stay sort of up in this area at the US Open, it'll more than likely come back to close a gap. And there are a few gaps. I think that one is still open. Yep, that one's still open there. And this one down the bottom here is also open. So at the actual low. So that's still open at 41.13. Well, that's kind of what I would do. Pay attention to this structure. You can see I'm on the 5 minutes. So a simple scenario here would be this. Break below the moving averages, break below this area, come back and test it. That gives you the opportunity for short, nice tight stop above there. And you're aiming for these lows here. Anyway, that's kind of my only short little scalp, but you're going to have time on your hands for that. So either 15 or 5 minutes, and you're going to need to watch it very carefully because it may just turn on you basically turn on you on any time. But anyway, yeah, bigger time frame, I'm sit on hands. So for me personally, I don't have time to sit and watch charts every day. So there's nothing conducive here, so I will just wait for better structure. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.